Travel isn't just about new places. It's about new feelings, new connections, and discovering yourself. It's about stepping outside your comfort zone and letting curiosity lead the way. Every journey starts as a whisper in your heart, a longing for something more. For years, Italy was my dream. The idea of wandering through its rolling hills and ancient cities filled me with excitement. I could almost taste the pasta, hear the music, and imagine the laughter echoing through cobblestone streets. I could feel the Tuscan sun warming my face, picture myself wandering through vineyards at sunset, soaking in every golden moment. This wasn't just a vacation idea, it was a vision that kept me inspired through ordinary days. It was a deep, heartfelt goal, something that felt woven into who I was becoming. I wanted to experience Italy's joy, to share in its celebrations and feel the warmth of its people. I longed to walk through history, to stand in awe of its beauty, both old and new. And I wanted to create memories for a lifetime, ones I could look back on and smile. That dream became my daily motivation. Every morning it was the first thing on my mind. I'd look at photos of the Colosseum, watch cooking shows and imagine myself there. But dreaming wasn't enough. I needed a plan. I needed to turn hope into action. The thought of walking ancient streets and tasting real gelato was irresistible, a promise of adventure waiting for me. That vision pushed me to start saving even when it meant making sacrifices. My routine life needed a spark and Italy was it. It gave me something to look forward to, a reason to keep going. Every dollar I saved brought me closer to that Italian sunshine, to the dream I held so close. I promised myself, no matter how long it took, I would make this dream real. I would not give up. This wasn't about escaping my life, but about adding a new chapter to it, one filled with color and possibility. I was ready to write a new story, to see what else the world had to offer. The dream of Italy fueled my savings journey. It was the reason behind every choice I made. It gave every small choice a purpose, turning daily routines into steps toward something extraordinary. Having a dream like that turns a challenge into an adventure. Suddenly every effort feels worthwhile. I knew I had to work for it, to put in the hours and make sacrifices, not just wish for it. Dreams need action, and I was ready to do what it took. Each day I reminded myself what I was working toward. I kept my goal in sight no matter what. That dream made all the difference. It gave my days meaning and my efforts direction. It was the spark that started everything, the light that kept me moving forward, and it kept me going, even when things got tough. Even when doubts crept in, I held on to that vision. Italy wasn't just a place, it was my reason to try, my reason to believe in something bigger. And that's how my journey began, with a dream, a plan, and the courage to take the first step. Every adventure needs a map, not just a map of places, but a map of intentions, a plan that turns dreams into reality. For me, that meant a clear goal, both a number and a date. Without those, it's easy to drift and lose focus. I dove into research, comparing flights, stays, food, and tours, then set my target, $5,000. It was a number that felt both ambitious and achievable. That amount would let me enjoy Italy's beauty, culture, and food, without constant worry about every euro spent. Next, I needed a deadline. A dream without a timeline is just a wish. I chose 6 months, August to February. Enough time to save, but not so long that I'd lose momentum. That meant saving about $834 a month, or $209 a week. Breaking it down made the goal less intimidating, more manageable. Each week became a mini milestone. Suddenly, it wasn't a mountain, just a series of small hills to climb one after another. I realized that progress is made step by step, not in giant leaps. Consistency was my secret weapon. I could focus on weekly habits, small actions that added up over time. And I started to find creative ways to save, from skipping takeout to hunting for travel deals. I wrote my goal and deadline everywhere, on the fridge, my phone, my notebook. Reminders were everywhere I looked. Seeing it daily kept me motivated and accountable. It was a constant nudge to stay on track. It wasn't just, I want to save for Italy. It became a mission, a promise to myself. It was, I will save $5,000 by February 1st. That clarity changed everything. Suddenly the path was visible. My goal became my North Star, guiding every decision, every purchase, every choice I made. Each week I tracked my progress and adjusted as needed. If I fell behind, I found ways to catch up. The specific target gave me power and focus. I felt in control of my journey. I knew exactly what I was working toward, and every small win fueled my determination. The plan was simple, but powerful. It turned a distant dream into a daily practice. Save $5,000 in 6 months, 1 week at a time. That's how big dreams become real. Each small victory along the way made the journey feel possible, even exciting. With a number and a deadline, my journey had truly begun. Every step felt purposeful, every dollar saved a step closer, and every dollar saved brought Italy closer. The countdown was on, and I was ready for the adventure ahead. To reach my goal, I needed a plan for my money, a budget. It wasn't just about numbers on a page, it was about creating a path to my dream. I knew that if I wanted to make Italy a reality, I had to be intentional with every dollar. Budgets aren't about restriction, they're about freedom and control. They give you the power to decide what matters most and to direct your money toward your priorities. I tracked every expense for a month: coffee, snacks, bus rides, everything. I wanted to see exactly where my money was going, no matter how small the purchase. The truth was eye-opening. Small daily habits were costing me hundreds. I realized that my routine choices, the ones I barely noticed, were adding up fast. I created a simple spreadsheet: essentials first, rent, bills, groceries, then wants. This helped me see what I truly needed versus what I could live without. I cut back on eating out and made coffee at home. It was a small change, but it made a big difference over time. Packing lunch became my new routine. I started to enjoy the process, knowing each meal saved brought me closer to my goal. These small changes added up fast. Every little bit I saved felt like a step forward. Every dollar saved went straight to my Italy fund. Watching it grow was motivating, and I felt proud of my progress. My budget became my roadmap to $834 a month. It was a clear target, and seeing it written down made it feel achievable. I checked it weekly, adjusting as needed. If I overspent in one area, I found ways to save in another. It wasn't punishment, it was conscious choice. I was choosing my future, one decision at a time. Each time I skipped a coffee shop, I chose Italy. Every small sacrifice was a step closer to my adventure. The budget gave me control and confidence. I felt empowered, knowing I was actively shaping my future. I realized I was in charge of my money, not the other way around. That shift in mindset changed everything for me. Watching my savings grow was empowering. It was proof that my efforts were paying off, little by little. The budget turned my dream into a plan. It gave me a sense of direction and purpose. It made every sacrifice feel worthwhile. Each saved dollar was a reminder of what I was working toward. I wasn't just saving, I was investing in myself. My budget was more than a tool, it was a promise to my future self. With a clear budget, I knew I could reach my goal. I felt prepared for the journey ahead. Italy was no longer just a dream, it was a destination on my map, and I was getting closer every day. One of the hardest lessons was learning to say no. Friends invited me out for dinners and shopping trips, but I had to stick to my goal. I explained my dream to them, saving for Italy, and most were supportive. We found new ways to have fun potlucks, park walks, movie nights at home. Saying no wasn't just to others, but to myself. Impulse buys, online shopping, little temptations. I unsubscribed from marketing emails and avoided browsing for fun. Each time I resisted a small purchase, I felt a victory. I'd transfer that money straight into my savings. Saying no became saying yes to my dream. It taught me discipline and the power of delayed gratification. My friendships grew stronger, and my willpower did too. Every no was a step closer to Italy. I learned to value experiences over things. The practice of saying no made my dream possible, and every time I checked my growing savings, I knew it was worth it. Cutting expenses helped, but earning more sped things up. I started pet sitting, playing with animals and earning extra cash. I sold unused clothes, books, and gadgets online, decluttering and making money. I used my marketing skills to write blog posts for small businesses on weekends. Each side hustle added a new stream of income. Pet sitting brought in $150, $200 a month. Selling old stuff made me $500 in 2 months. Freelance writing added another $200 monthly. These small gigs made a big difference. They accelerated my savings and kept me motivated. I realized opportunities were everywhere if I looked. My side hustles turned spare time into progress. With creativity and effort, I was building my dream faster. Saving for 6 months can feel endless, so I celebrated small wins. I tracked my progress with a savings thermometer, coloring in each $100 milestone. Beating my first month's goal felt amazing. I rewarded myself with a small treat, a perfect Italian pastry. Negotiating a lower internet bill added $20 a month to my fund. Each little victory boosted my confidence. Hitting $1,000, then $2,500, felt like huge milestones. I shared my progress with friends who cheered me on. These celebrations made saving fun, not a chore. Every milestone was proof I was getting closer. The journey became a game I was winning. Small wins kept my motivation high, and each one brought Italy a little nearer. The journey wasn't always easy. Sometimes I felt left out seeing friends' adventures online. I reminded myself of my why, Italy, and reconnected with my dream. When setbacks hit, like a $600 car repair, I used my emergency fund and hustled harder. It was tough, but I adjusted my plan and kept going. Setbacks weren't failures, just detours. I learned resilience and flexibility. Each challenge made me more determined. I realized I could handle obstacles and stay committed. The tough moments proved my dedication. I wasn't just saving money, I was building strength. Every time I overcame a hurdle, my dream felt more real. The journey tested me, but I never gave up. I kept my eyes on Italy, and that made every sacrifice worth it. I'll never forget the day I hit my goal. It was late January. I transferred the final dollars and saw $5,024 in my account. I'd done it. $5,000 in 6 months. Pride, relief, and excitement washed over me. This wasn't luck, it was the result of daily choices and hard work. Achieving this goal changed me. I learned discipline, discovered new skills, and realized I could shape my own life. With the money saved, I booked my flight, reserved a cozy apartment in Rome, and planned my Italian adventure. Paying for it all with my own savings felt incredible. Every part of the trip was earned. The journey made the destination sweeter. I wasn't just going on vacation, I was living a dream I built from scratch. The process was as rewarding as the prize. I proved to myself I could do hard things. And now, Italy was no longer a dream, it was my reality. The adventure was about to begin. My trip to Italy was everything I'd hoped for. Every moment precious because I'd worked for it. But it all started with a decision to save, and a dream. Now it's your turn. What's your dream? Where do you want to go? No matter how big it seems, you can make it happen with a clear goal and a plan. You don't need a huge salary, just determination and small changes. Start today. Track your spending, open a savings account, write down your goal. The most important thing is to begin. Every journey starts with a single step. You have the power to turn dreams into reality. Believe in yourself and your ability to achieve. Travel is an investment in yourself. The memories and lessons last forever. So what's your dream? Go after it. Make a plan. Stay focused and celebrate your wins. The world is waiting for you. Your adventure is just beginning, and I'm cheering you on.